Alright, we live. Let me make sure my audio's working right. I gotta wait 20 seconds because this is how this online shit works for some reason. Maybe it's a better way, I don't know. Not gonna act like I do know. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So good morning and evening and good Thursday to everybody. What's up, Toby? Back from the flippity flip. What's good, AD? Class in session. Yeah. Yo, what's up, man? Hey, Ivy Bolt. Yo, we live. Yeah, we live. All right, we live. That's a dope trailer. Yeah, I love these case studies. Things, Gerolo. Yeah. I made that. I remember when I made that trick because I'm so bad with video editing. I'm terrible. Let me turn the audio down this headset. I'm so bad with video editing. When I found that shit in iMovie, I had fun with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. It was difficult. I remember it was difficult as fuck for me back then. Now I can do it real quick. But when I first did it, that was a whole day fucking process. And it was easy. All you had to do was just drag a video in, and it just automatically just like edited a lot of shit for you. I didn't do all that. iMovie did that. But but I'm so bad with it. Yo, what's up, Roderick? Yo, what's up? Ready for class? What's up, J Rolo? Yeah, man. Since I'm gonna leave most of this up anyway, cause your boy is tired. Your boy is tired. Your boy is not tired. Your boy is tired. Do you like to wash your clothes? Then use Tide. Because use Tide for when you tired of smelling like shit. Tide. That's my advertisement. AD, how long you be today? Probably an hour and a half max. Oh, God. I'm starting to work out. Yo, man, I got my kettlebell here. It's 12 kilograms. I can't even lift that. I can't do it anymore, man. My spinal cord is too fucked up. From scoliosis and then going to the military for that little bit, and at the age I was when I went in, it just tore it up even more. My spinal cord is just shot, man. I tried to lean over, right? Well, here, I'll just pick it up for y'all. Here it is right here. It's 12 kilograms. I'll drop it on the MacBook. 12 kilograms, right? I'm trying to just lean over, right? Your boy trying to do curls, just leaning over and shit. Back is still shot, dude. I can't even do any extra weight, just that can throw anything in my back off. Is just, I can't do it anymore. So the only exercise I could do push-ups with it and do that kind of thing. I could do that. And if I had a bench, maybe I could lean down and just do curls, lay down on the bench and if it was high enough and do curls like that. But I can't pick up 20, 30 pounds now. It's done with my back. Just is over, man. I remember when I was getting kicked out of the military. I had to go X-ray, right? And if those are in the military, y'all know, you never get any type of coddling when you're in there, right? So I remember when they told me to go get X-rays, and then they're treating you like shit the whole time in there, right? And then I remember the guy who did the X-ray, he was standing by, in the other room type shit. But I could hear him talking, and he goes, "Yep, you got some curvature there." That's when something's bad. When them hateful motherfuckers are siding with you now type shit. People looking back, I ain't think anything of it. But now I'm like, oh yeah, that should have been my red flag that something was wrong. So I remember then I went to the doctor, a few weeks later. It was a little while. It was at least a week, but I want to say it was more like 2 or 3 weeks. And I remember when the doctor came in, he said, "How bad do you want to be a Marine?" And I said, "Well, as long as I'm not going to be in a wheelchair, I'll be all right." And kind of low key lad chuckled and shit. And he got real serious. I still remember looking at his face. He got real serious, looked down and said, "Well, at this rate, with your back the way it's in, you're going to be in a wheelchair before you're 30. And and then he went on about how it's at this rate being in the Marines, doing all this physical shit that you're gonna have to do in here, and then what my job was gonna go into, there was no way I could have. I would, even with painkillers, dude, it would have just destroyed my back. So that's how I got kicked out. Well, I say I got kicked out, which kind of gives it like this negative connotation, negative sense. But I was medically discharged. I just say I was kicked out. So I remember when I was I'm gonna tell y'all a side story real quick, right? When I was living in Prague, when that's when I first came to Prague. I told y'all stories when I first got here. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. Well, no, we had gotten married because that's the only way I could have gotten a job because I had to get married to get the residency. So, when you see me, you would never guess that my back is fucked up. You would never guess, right? You would never know it's as fucked up as it is. So I remember I was working this job, and the only reason I worked that job was because my wife at the time just wanted me to get out the house, right? And at this point, I was bringing at minimum double what she was bringing every month, working full time, sitting at home playing PlayStation, like literally playing Madden and drinking beer. I was bringing more money than she was, getting up, showering, going to work, coming home tired, hot, it'd be hot in the summertime when I was working. So I wanted to go work this job, right? In this call, I was in IT in this call center, which is like it was a bullshit job. But I remember one time I came in, right, and this boss, he was this short, skinny dude, right, and one of them like really he kept himself well. He's one of those kind of dudes, right? One of them, and I remember he looked at me. He said, he's talking to me. He goes, "You need to put your name tag on so people can see it. I don't want to have to tell you again." And like with this like cheesy smile, I was like, "All right." And I went around. I said, "Hey y'all, I'm gonna be sick tomorrow, right? I'm gonna be sick tomorrow." And they said, "Okay." And I called in sick, went to the doctor because at this point, look, I know what my X-ray looks like. If you see my X-ray, you can't fight this shit. You see that shit, you're like, yeah, motherfucker, you fucked up, right? So I already know I could pull this card like whenever the fuck I want to. Because I know what my X-ray, they don't know what my X-ray looks like. They wouldn't even be able to guess it. So I go to the doctor, tell him I got back pain, and it's just, I think it was the chairs at work, right? I think it's the chairs at work. And I got back pain. I was okay, we'll take you in. We'll send you in for X-rays to see what's going on. They see the X-rays. I remember the doctor. Luckily, I found a doctor who could speak English. And the doctor goes, he wants to send me off for MRI, which is the first time I ever did an MRI was when I was in Prague. And, you got to get into that little tube and lay there for like maybe 20 minutes. I think I was there for like maybe 20 minutes max. You just got to lay in this like tight tube and it's just like knocking and shit. You just lay in there. I heard some people could freak out. I thought I was going to freak out, but I think initially I was a little scared because it was just something new, but I was fine. It was no big deal. And then I remember when I went back to the doctor for his evaluation, like he walks in the room, like, the exact words out of his mouth was, "I don't even know how you're still walking right now. We got to get you into surgery like immediately," right? And I told my wife at the time, they are not going to operate on me, all right? Because here's the other part of deeper insight on it, right? The first girlfriend I told you guys about who was a stripper, well, she was fucking with a decent lawyer, right? He was a lawyer. He legit had his own practice in Cincinnati, right? Legit own building. She was like my girlfriend, but she fucked with him, right? So I would get a lot of information about like legal information, like through them or go talk to, I forget his name now, but I would talk to him. We communicated. I learned a lot of shit from him. And he told me back then that if you ever get in any accident, like a car accident, always say either the back of your neck or your back hurts, because there is no legal way that anybody can look at any X-ray and say that you're lying. There is absolutely no way they can do that. They can look at that and say that you are lying. There's no way. Even if it doesn't look like anything's wrong, you can still have pain in your back or your neck from any accident, right? There's no way anybody can completely say this person's lying, right? And I learned that from him. But anyway, back to the story. So yeah, the doctor comes in. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know how you're still walking," because it was written in a language. All I can make out was I think I had 4 herniated discs, and of course the curvature. I got like one, I forget, I forget now. I have two 28-degree curves, and then the bottom of my spinal cord is just fucked. Like it's so like you to count the curves, you'd have to like like because my spinal cord goes like this. It goes. Can y'all see it? It goes like that, and then at the bottom, it's just all jumbled up and fucked up, right? So I remember I told my wife at the time, I said, look, them people, they're not gonna operate on me. Because the reality of it is, like, that doctor, he probably seriously did want to operate on me because I could tell he genuinely wanted to help after he seen the x-rays. But they're not going to do that. And the reason why I will catch hell trying to find a doctor to operate because there's a chance they might fuck up. Right? Or there's a chance in multiple ways. They might fuck up in the sense of they might just fuck up the operation, or they could do it correctly, and I could just say I feel pain, but there's no visible signs of pain, but they have to take my word for it because they can't legally prove me wrong by saying I have pain from what they did, and I can go back and sue them. So no doctor's going to operate on my back. No doctor. So it's kind of like a win-lose situation, like how long does the back last before I can walk anymore type of shit. It's one of those scenarios. But yeah. Anyway, so hope everybody's doing all right. Sorry I'm late, Professor. What's up, Mr. Emoji? So, okay. Yo, what's up, Easy Pete? Yo, man, dude, somebody said that word earlier today, and I meant to open out. Dude, my life is so ridiculous. I'll think of something or start something and go somewhere. Somebody said easy peasy this morning in a video I was watching, and I could have sworn that I was like completely focused on getting into, because I ain't talked to you in a while, man. My bad. Shit. Sorry, man. My bad. All I can say is my bad. Okay, so to this. Oh yes, you can't see when I move it, but it's on the iPad. Let's see if we can sync it up. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, did it freeze again? Here we go again. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yes, you can see it syncing up. There it is, right there. Will the pen work? That's the question. Okay, the pen looks like it's working for now, but now we know how to fix it. Thanks to Mo. Mo helped me out last stream. So if you're watching, Mo, thanks a lot. So, the unicorn phase I'd say generally, the unicorn phase for men and women, right? So, let's go ahead and delete this. So we're going to start out with men. Men's unicorn phase, I can speak from my existence, and from what I typically see is the unicorn phase is essentially when a man, I would say, from my opinion of it, I would say the unicorn phase for a man is seeing woman he's never seen before, right? Which could come out in various different ways, right? It could come out through, okay, seeing just from physical. Okay, I'd say the number one part I'd say is typically going to be woman's physical features, right? The number one phase of what the unicorn's usually going to be is the woman's physical, because the physical features is essentially going to be the whole reason why the guy ever, put any value, any worth into the woman and all that. Because the men, we don't care about, how much money, or how much money a woman earns, or, all the other shit like that, right? We'll work with all that other shit, right? And this is just to kind of recap on another topic I wanted to talk about. And then we're going to the unicorn, we are starting the unicorn phase. Okay, so I'll just finish this out, and then we'll go back on the other topics. So, because I'm god awful with taking notes. So, with my own notes. Okay, so this is usually it, the physical features, which can come out through porn. It can come out through barista at seeing the barista at work. It can come out literally any picture. You know, I'd say any view on woman he is not used to. That's all at the bottom and shit. Can y'all see that? Oh no, hang on, let me move it up. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the physics that's usually going to be like the initial reason of the unicorn phase, right? The initial. Now on the back end, right? On the back end of it, the unicorn phase for men. So here, how do I erase this? Yeah, that's awful. There we are. That's better. So on the back end, the unicorn phase will end up being hang on. The back end. Let me think of a concise way to express this. On the back end, it's the guy believing he will never find a woman like her again. So when a guy's in a relationship, he gets married, wherever the fuck, and gets divorced, the guy is in this situation where he truly, but this is the other form I say of the unicorn phase. Like, oh my God, I've lost her forever. I'll never find, like, that woman now becomes like the figurehead in his life of perfection, simply because he just lost her, right? And also on top of that, the guy doesn't feel like he can get that feeling, that timing, all that over again. That's going to be, like, in my experiences, that's going to be those two phases are going to be what the unicorn phase is. But now here's the thing. Now, and this is the big difference between men and women, right? You erase all this. I got to find a better way to erase. I'll do that next time. So the thing is, men, let me make this a little clearer. Men will eventually grow out of it. That's a W. Men will eventually grow out of it. You see, whether it was through porn and idolize. Okay, so here's the dynamic of the initial phase of the unicorn, right? Before the guy's even got a girl, you know. It's seeing the pretty girl who works at Starbucks, the pretty girl who's you see some bad bitches who working at McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, the earring store in the mall, the cookie store in the mall, whatever the fuck like that. You put this bitch's face on fucking I don't know. Let's just say Lana Rhoades is, you know, this bitch's face on Lana Rhoades is, you know, body frame mixed with fucking, what's that bitch name? I don't know. Another porn star's tits with another porn star's, the way her feet connects to the bottom of her legs, but you love this other woman's and you can pretty much, then you're on the search for this magical woman who, you know, looks like this, whether it's in porn or in real life. Now, for both sides, I'm not saying a unicorn doesn't exist, right? But the sheer odds of you finding like the unicorn, one, are going to be incredibly low. That's going to fit all that, you know, exact for men and women, right? It's going to be incredibly low. And then two, the odds of that person being ready, willing, and open to fuck with you is even going to be lower by the time you meet them, you see? But the thing is, men grow out of it. And then also, men are happy in settling. Men are happy in settling, right? Men are happy in settling because at the core, see, here's the thing. At the core, man just wants a woman, right? Man just wants a woman. Did I spell settling right? Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. Man, man just wants a woman. So when everything kind of breaks down, like we at the core, like we just want woman, and men will be happy with just obtaining woman, right? Now, when I talk like this is not to make anybody like mad at men, mad at women or anything. I'm only writing it out because hopefully this will help out, in the comprehension of the reality. And maybe try, because for me it helped me when I took psychology courses to read like what I was doing, because it kind of like diffused like the emotions and the negative emotions I would have behind it when I would just read it. So this is why I'm trying to do this. So yeah, so men will eventually be happy in settling because at the core of it, we just want a partner. We just want a partner in life to just be with, to just literally just exist as human, right? Because this is what I said before. See, men are genuinely the loving and caring ones, and the ones who literally just want companionship. Doesn't matter what money, because some of y'all in this chat right now, some of y'all got making tons of money, and other y'all living at home with your parents. Okay, it does, but we can all come together because you see now in women's chat rooms they can't do that. All right, and they're gonna separate out who's prettier, what they man's doing, all this shit, and they'll separate. You see, men, we can all come together on talking about Madden 2028, and I could live at home with my dad, and you could be living in Paris, and we could both agree that yeah, man, this lineup is gangster, this lineup is better than that, and we could start our own team together and be playing together across overseas. You see what I'm saying? Where see bitches, they ain't interested in Xbox Live. Xbox Game Pass. They ain't trying to unite with other bitches unless they figure out they can go take down a man with it, right? So in summary, how do I do this? In summary, unicorn for men equals, what's the word I'm looking for? First experience of new type of, I probably spelled half the words wrong, but we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, unicorn for men is the first experience of the new type of beauty, right? That is our unicorn. Again, men, we don't care about what job she has. We don't care about the kind of car she drives. We don't care about the house she has. We don't care about her money. We don't care about all that. When it all breaks down, look, we'll work with whatever she has to just be a genuine spouse. You see, let me make sure the audio's working. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, so now, let's see. Let's do this. Can I just? Fuck. Well, let's start a new one. Now, oh, the pen stopped working again. Whoop, gotta restart it. Thanks, Sketchbook app on Apple. Oh, it's not working. No, it was working. My bad. It was working. I was on Eraser. That's my dumb ass fault. Yeah, it was working. My bad. Okay, so let me make this a little smaller. Unicorn for women. So when women are starting out life, women are starting out being the thing being chased, right? Women are starting out life. Women are not the pursuers looking out. I mean, okay, they think they are, but no. When woman is a thing that is being chased, right? Women are chasing, but they're doing it in their own way, and it's really not like is. Women think they're chasing because they made eye contact with you and you were supposed to pick up on it and all that goofy shit. But that one who's actually going out and initiating a chase is going to be men. So the unicorn for women. The reason why this is going to be probably a bit too much to write is because it's a lot. It's a lot to get out. So the unicorn for women is this. So in comparison, when men are starting out, right? Girls are very rarely hounding us down to chase us and all that shit, right? So we're left with, porn, movies, shit like that. We're usually left a lot more alone with that earlier on in life, generally speaking, right? There's always that one lucky kid, that one guy who had, he understood swagger and all that from the beginning. But for the most part, a lot of us we're going to be left alone to porn, to pictures and images and movies for the first, 20 and 25 years of life. We're going to spend a lot more time in there than we are getting, actually, dealing with a lot of women in the early phases. Whereas when women are starting off life, they are the thing being hounded and chased. So when a woman's, like I say before, man, let's do this. When a woman starts out, let's just use Allie, right? Allie is let's say 14 years old, right? And she's starting out in life, right? So right around, especially around these ages, boys are going to start liking her. I actually should have wrote that more in the middle. I would cut it and move it, but I fucking forgot how to do that shit. Okay, anyway. Well, here, let's just do this. Let's just restart it. Okay, so Allie starts out is 14 years old. Right? This is generally where it begins, right? And this is where the video I did I think it was Tuesday, where the girl was like, teach men to look up to women and all this shit like that because women mature faster and all that. So this is gonna be the reality of how it plays out, and it pretty much worked. Okay, and it's gonna be the same theory with what I did yesterday about the order. The dating order. It's going to be the same shit, okay? Their form of currency in these years is going to be strictly more just, age and grade level and shit like that. That's pretty much going to be the substitute for, and for money. Like, the age, what grade they're in, what are they the bad boy in school, shit like that, right? But this is generally how it's going to work out. Allie's 14 years old. And just like the girl said in that video I did Tuesday, she's matured. She's mature because Allie is it's woman's nature to always go up. So she prides herself off maturing faster, even if she knows she's not mature. Because here's the thing. Even though we all know that Allie is nowhere near as mature as she thinks she is. But what's going to get her over more is that she's just growing into woman. And if she just shuts the fuck up, people are going to think that she's intelligent. Right? That's how this really works out. So, all the boys that are around Allie, when she's, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? Because we've all been, as far as I know, all of us are grown. So, we've all been 13, 14, 15, 16. And we all like the girl in the class and blah, 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 blah. And the same thing, it was the same thing here, like with what I did with the dating order, right? All the boys, let's say Alex, Randy, Dante, I don't know. Let's say all these boys are in the same, grade as her, but they're equal. So they're lesser. Allie has no time for these guys because they're lesser. Because they're lesser. Allie has, let me see if I can make a clock. Allie has no time for them. But if you let her get on some TikTok thing trying to sound self-righteous and all this, oh, she'll talk it up. Like, oh yeah, I tried to be a mentor to them. I wanted to talk to them because I wanted them to look up to me so I could teach them what to do. No, Allie doesn't give a fuck about it. These guys simply do not exist to her. They do not exist to her, right? The only guys who are going to truly exist. Okay, correction. Every now and then, let's say, there's a 14-year-old, Jason, right? And she kind of likes Jason. Jason is kind of the cool kid among these guys, and he's a little more advanced, and she kind of smiles at him in class. If she were to be seen with somebody, it would be Jason. Now, and here's where the heartbreak comes in. This is where the heartbreak comes in to Jason. See, this is why men know how to deal with. But by the time we get older, we learn how to deal with heartbreak better. This is why bitches just don't understand being told no ever. This is why every woman hates to be told no. It really starts before this, but this is a good starting point, for the sense of conversation. Jason thinks that Allie really likes him. Jason, in his brain, this is supposed to be a brain, he's thinking that Allie likes him. So he's thinking, oh my God, I got a girlfriend. I'm cool. I can rely on my girlfriend. In some sense, he doesn't even realize it. He's putting belief in Allie that she's my girlfriend, blah, 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 and this and that. But here's the thing. The whole time, Allie, just like Angela from yesterday, she's trying to go up because she is mature. Right? So mature does not want this, and it really doesn't want Jason. But it can deal with it because she's got to be around, especially in grade school, she's got to be with these motherfuckers. So she'll just kind of deal with it, handle it, manage it, however she, wants. But where her heart is really going towards is Sean. Because Sean is mature because he is the superior to her. At minimum. Because Sean is, let's say, 16 and a half. Right? And that's who she, okay, now Allie will put everything on hold for Sean. Everything will be on hold. Jason is wondering what happened because Jason can't get in touch with Allie no more. While she's acting weird now. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, the new 11th graders came around. Now Allie's acting all weird. What happened to Allie? I don't know, dude. She's just acting weird. Well, she came over 2 weeks ago. Remember that? Yeah, when Sean just wasn't really paying attention for whatever, because Sean was busy chasing, the woman in his league. So he fucked around and just threw Allie away. Then Allie went back to jail. And see, this is you. A lot of times, this is and it's the reality in the world too. This is how it works, right? So now that we got this clear, right? I hope I made this clear because I get the rambling and shit. I lose track what the fuck I wrote down. So, now that we got this clear, in life, woman, let's use Allie. Let's just keep using Allie, right? Allie is available. Allie is available to better, right? That's hard. That's terrible. We're just gonna roll with it anyway. Allie is available. She's available for better. She's always available for better, right? And see, Jason and all them, they down here. Jason, etc. They're down here, right? So whenever Allie tries to go up to, I forget what name I use for up here. I forget what name I use of. But when Allie goes up, when Allie goes up here, because she's available to to better, for whatever reason, those guys are off chasing what they chase and they not paying her attention. Then every now and then Allie has to go back down. So when she goes back down, she'll have access to all Jason's. That's the wrong way. All Jason's money, all Jason's time, all Jason's family's money. Hang on, let me rate that better. Family money. She has access to all his emotions. So and every now and then when she goes up, one of these guys will do the same. When she goes to better, she'll find, she will eventually find a better simp who turns out to be a simp in the long run. And Allie will also have all access to his car, time, emotions, etc. Right? So now she's double dipping for whenever she either wins, lose, or gets tired up here, or then she wins, lose, or gets tired down here. So with that math right there, she is now double dipping in the best of both worlds, right? And she's hopping in and out whenever it's for her benefit. Oh well, I'm hanging out with the better simp. But I could just use him. I want an alpha better to just use me, and then when I get my feelings hurt, and if the alpha simp isn't there, or well, I guess I go fuck with these fucking chumps that are technically my equal, and use them because they're desperate for women attention. So now she is now double dipping from both. She's jumping in and out of both sides to get the benefit where she wants it, right? Because this is going to come to the unicorn phase. I haven't forgot about that, right? This is going to add up to the unicorn phase, right? So we just going to keep using Allie, right? So Allie, she's had alpha simp, and these are let's do this. And okay, but let's just write this. All the lessers, right? All the lessers, a lot of times it's going to be, not every time, but a lot of times it's going to be younger, less money to spend, less social circle, etc., right? So she'll fuck with the alpha if she can, because that's why she's interested, because the alpha really doesn't give a fuck about her. She'll if she can get in there, she's always going to get pumped and dumped by some fucking alpha dude, right? Every Allie is gonna find her way in that boat sooner or later, right? And the alpha's gonna kick her back out, and her feelings are gonna be hurt. She's gonna be crying. What's that? That's a sad face. And then she'll go to the simps, and the simp will just be in love, and she'll trickle her way over to the beta. She'll start bouncing between these guys, and they'll be in love. And she completely knows it. Allie, again, is completely on top of it. She knows it, and she's just using it to repair her, to go back to him. and she's getting plowed by him, right? Or okay, she's not getting plowed. She's dreaming of getting plowed. One of the two. She may not actually be getting plowed, but she's dreaming of it, and she'll run back to these guys who will put up with her. Now, if these guys fuck around, maybe she can't get in contact with them, maybe they finally find another girlfriend that they could be simps and betas for, then she'll go down to these guys, you know, to just, and see, these are the guys who are getting left on red, you know, these are the guys who are getting left on red. They don't. She's not replying to them. Okay, well, in these ages, she's probably not on Tinder. We talking about in the high school years, shit like this. I say, well, at this point, let's say she's maybe like 18, 19, 20. These are the guys who are getting left on red. You know, they're not. She's not replying on Tinder. She might have matched because she was bored and just never wrote back or some shit like that. You know, because now, okay, yeah. This is just a general overview because sometimes some of these guys may actually be an alpha and she's just too dumb she just doesn't know it yet. But she just like clocked it from the picture and the profile by what he said in the profile, some shit like that, or what friends knew of him. That, oh, he must be, he ain't nothing. I'm over here now, right? It's not that these guys always are like lessers. It's that she just doesn't know what they really are yet because they, like, again, because the social circle isn't there to reassure her. So she's always gonna go up here, right? Right? So after all this time, Allie, let's say over the years, right? So we start off at 14. So now let's say she's 19 to, let's say use the ages of 19 to like 24, right? Because she's been in that circle since let's just say use the age 13, 14 when she started. She's been in that atmosphere for let's say between until the ages usually between 19 and 24 is when they graduate, right? So when Allie has graduated, she has now had Tom's cock, Tony's money, Randall's car, John's personality, Sean's family money. Okay, we'll just end it off there, right? So okay, so she's now experienced the best of cock, money, cars, family money, personality, right? It's good. There's more to it than that, but we're just gonna stop right there because I'm just keep writing, all fucking night, right? But this is gonna be essentially the core, and she might get it, and she knows she can get, So in reality, it's like Tom / Andrews / Roy / Eric, and okay, and with all these, how easy, like how easy it was to get it. I don't know why I'm even writing all this. How easy it was to get it. And now this part applies to this, to this, to this, and to this, right? Now it's getting real messy, right? Right? So now this woman, because again, 19 to 24, so 19 to 24 is her prime. Right? This is the best that her market value is ever going to be. All right? This for most women. Most women, this is the best that her market value. Have any more water? No, I don't. That's the best her market value is ever going to be. And there's nothing she could do. She can try to put on more pounds of makeup every year to hold on to it. It's a low chance that it's going to, some girls, they can hide, they can pretend to be younger when they're really aging. But this is the whole reason why makeup is such a big deal, is because women know, and all the makeup companies know, that this is the height of her sexual market value. So women every year after this, after 24, 25, she is going to spend more and more time in the mirror to try to trick motherfuckers into thinking that she's around this age. Right? That's the whole purpose behind Maybelline. What's the motherfuckers Maybelline? I don't even know names of her makeup brands. That's the whole business model behind Maybelline. Bitch, try to look 24 again so you get some dick and some money. That should be literally every makeup's fucking slogan. Bitch, try to look 24 again so you can get top-notch dick and money. That's our motto, Maybelline. Try to look 24 so you can get the best dick and money you can get again. That's it. That's it. Right? So, after she has now gotten the best of all that, guess what her unicorn is going to be? Because she's actually gone out there and see, when guys are going through the phase, we don't actually go out there and fuck Lana Rhoades when we're like, we really don't. Lana Rhoades ain't looking at no 19-year-old dude. Unless she just got bored and she really going after his, 34-year-old brother or some shit like that. She ain't, unless she just got bored and he was just there. Lana Rhoades ain't really trying to fuck with a 20-year-old dude. She ain't, like with the high school explanation of the show, she ain't really interested. I mean, every now and then she might find what she just kind of likes, but she really ain't trying to go that way. She's trying to go higher, right? But so when the unicorn phase hits, the reason why, okay, it's harder for women. I'll be real about it. It's definitely harder for women because see, when we go through it, a lot of times, especially in the initial phase, we don't actually get to go out there and fuck these bitches we see on Pornhub and X videos and shit like that, right? We don't actually get to fuck them, but we can see them. So a part of that connection and complete logic in getting her really is, it never really truly forms. But some guys, they try to hold out, because they want that perfect. But yeah, over time, like guys can eventually grow out of it and just say, you know what? I finally found a woman who is paying me attention and just isn't a cunt. I can sit with her, right? And then that's it. And then the guy can go jack off the fucking, Lana Rhoades in the back room or some shit like that. And then go back to fucking his wife or something like that. And the guys get over that. But see, women, no. It's harder for women because woman's life is completely front loaded. So she can go out there and fuck those other, and fuck all, and fuck around and get the best of the car, the best of the money, the best of the personality. So to woman, unicorns, wait, hang on, is more of a reality. Unicorns are that's actually grammatically correct. Unicorns are more, yeah, and that's fucked up too. I can't erase it, fuck. This is supposed to say more. It says mobe, but it says more. Unicorns are more of a reality because they've actually, okay, if you think about it and put it in perspective, if you were to actually go out there and ride, okay, yeah, this is a perfect example. We can all, okay, right now, we can all laugh about the actual animal, we can all completely sit here and acknowledge that, we wouldn't have anything against a real unicorn, but we can all laugh about the theory of a unicorn because we've never seen a unicorn outside of drawings. I'm talking like in real life. You have never gone out in the world and found like the actual animal of a unicorn, right? So for us, we could hold on to like the theories and the stories and all that, but we could let it go because we've never dealt with it. Whereas see, a woman, on the other hand, a woman has actually gone out there and ridden the unicorn. She's touched it. She slept with it. She swallowed its cum and piss. She swallowed its spit. She's fucking got pregnated by it. She's actually, the unicorn of that world, right? Initially, of that world, like the unicorn of cock, the unicorn of cars, the unicorn of money. She can fuck her way into getting that. So for her, she knows it exists. Okay, like perfect example. Like I know this mouse in the US is $20. But over here is $100. So I would not buy this mouse in Europe because it's $100 over here, because I know where it's cheaper at. I know I've physically been there and seen it. So I had an issue with paying that much money for it, paying $100 for it over here in Europe, which I ended up finding it's like $25, by the way. I didn't spend $100 on that. I would never spend $100 on a mouse, on an Apple mouse. But the difference is, woman has actually done it. But see, and here's so on one hand of it, the only reason she even got to that unicorn was because she was 19. Between I say let's be real, between 19 to 26 years old. This was essentially it. On her behalf, none of her makeup and all that, she thought it mattered, didn't really matter. Okay, a lot of them didn't really matter. Just the fact that she is biologically in prime. She is biologically in prime mating time, dude, in these years. I'd say probably more like reality, more like 16. I'd say 17 to 26. These are the years it's going to be the best it's ever going to get for women ever. And after that, it's Maybelline, bitch. Buy this expensive makeup so you can try to look like you 25 again and get the best dick the best dick and money and attention that you ever had in your life, and that will never get again. Come buy our shit. Cover your face up to make motherfuckers think you younger. Right now, actually, let me take a break real quick. I gotta get some more water. All this fucking talking, man. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Just had to get some water. Quick side note, man, my lemon tree, I gotta get some fertilizer for my lemon tree. The leaves are turning yellow. And my mint plant is growing like crazy. Let me bring it in. Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. We're gonna take a break from class real quick. Let me put it on me. Get some fertilizer for my lemon tree. The leaves are turning yellow. And my mint plant is growing like crazy. Let me bring it in. Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. We're gonna take a break from class real quick. Let me put it on me. Some fertilizer. I didn't even mean. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have an echo. And my mint. I didn't even mean to. Let me bring it in. Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. Buy this. We're gonna take a break from class real quick. Let me put it on me. Some fertilizer. I didn't even mean. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't have. Okay. Yeah. So when I bought this, I only meant to buy some rosemary, but I seen this plant. I was like, I'm gonna buy it. Buy this, and I brought it home. It was in a different pot. It needed to be repotted. I'm getting dirt everywhere. And like as soon as I brought it home, one of these leaves was like already like leaning and falling down. It was like bent over, falling down like dead and shit. And then like by the next day, like all their branches was like just looking like they was dead. This is mint. And as soon as I brought it home, I was like, you know what? I was getting ready to throw it away. And I was like, you know what? I'm just repot it and see if I can save it. And I repotted. Dude, I went there the next day. All of these were just standing up. I was like, yo, because I just knew this motherfucker was dead, right? But I tied it up with, these are chopsticks. I was like, you know what? I just tied up the branches. I was like, I set it outside to get more sun and to get, some fresh air. But it gets kind of windy and I didn't want the wind to blow and snap the fucking, snap the shit and kill it. So I tried, but it's even growing longer than that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. but it's growing like crazy now. This motherfucker was like literally on the brink of death, right? And it just like hit a 360, a fucking 180, and just like started like yeah. I wish I had taken pictures before so I could show you the before and after. Literally on the brink. But let me tell you something, mint, dude. You can get you some mint, and all you gotta do is rip off a lead, and you can just touch it and smell it. Started like yeah. The audio is fucked up. Before, so I can show you the before and after. Literally on the brink. Oh yeah, it is fucked up. You can get you some mint. That's the power of Streamlabs. It's like 18 to me talking. That's the power of Streamlabs, man. Hey, again, there you go. Real life demonstration of Streamlabs. But yeah, man, I'm happy for my mint plant, man. It really made it. But I tell you what you do, man. You really just get you some mint and boil some water, just some mint and some water, man. And baby squeeze a lemon in it. And you got there you go, it's tea right there. You don't gotta buy tea bags and all that shit like that. Just grow you a plant and grow you some lemon. Well, lemons take a long time to grow, for real. I wouldn't say grow some lemons. You could maybe you find some other plant, but yeah, because I got rosemary, aloe in there. I'm just gonna put this right here, right now for now. But I'm really excited about my little mint plant because I didn't think it was gonna make it. I really thought it was gonna die. But yeah, that's the power of Streamlabs. Ain't touch a thing. Now it's 3 of me talking when I switch it. There you go. Good old Streamlabs. Say, oh, wait, support AD to get a new PS5. Also, AD, I sent you a video, subscriber message. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get to it tonight, but I'll definitely get back because I just want to do these videos on live stream for a minute and then go, and then I'll probably end up getting to it next week, man. Because I want to do more. I might get to it tonight. I don't know, but I really, or I might live stream tomorrow. We'll see, man. I can't guarantee shit right now. Distraction, yo, thanks for the other donation, $2 donations. Thanks for Distraction. AD, I watched today your old video where you said if a woman is in an abusive relationship, the next guy must be abusive too because women have a one-way street mindset. Yeah, once she gets the street love, only street love opens her pussy. Yeah. What once she goes one way. That's yeah. Well, once she gets a guy who's like beating her ass, any other guy who's not beating her ass is just boring at this point because she needs that emotional riling and all that shit. She can't do that. Yeah, she can't go the other way. Yeah, I'm excited about my little mint plant, man. I really thought that motherfucker was gonna die. And I got a banana tree in the other room and a lemon tree right here. And y'all seen that. If you follow me on Instagram, you seen that picture. I got this Dracana or some shit like that. Well, it's a big ass. It's a big ass. But I ain't gonna because I had to walk over here. It's a big fucking tree. So anyway, well, fuck it. I'll just do it. Who cares? So I got this. Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can even make it out, but yeah. A Dracana or some shit like that. But yeah, I can't wait till like summer really gets here, man. So cause on the patio or the balcony, I was just gonna put like just tons of shit to grow, and just have tons of mint, rosemary, thyme. I can't think of all the ones we was gonna get, but I'm gonna get like, cause I want to do it last year, but it just never worked out. I grow bananas. They need a lot of sun. Yo, with the banana plant I got, thank you for bringing that up, Valor, because I try using the, because I don't know anything about it, because they sell them at my girl's job, so I got the motherfuckers for like $10, right? And it's a bigger plant. It's in the other room where I used to do my live streams, and I got the motherfucker for like $10. But every time I'm trying to find out how to take care of it, and people is like, when I look up mine, they're saying that it doesn't need a lot of sunlight, but it needs a lot, like you just got to make sure the soil's moist, and the soil's been staying moist for like fucking days after I watered it once. It's still moist. And it has enough for it to like get, you know, the moisture out. I don't know what the fuck to do with it, man. I know I gotta get that spray bottle. They saying get a spray bottle to mist it, to mist the leaves and shit like that. For that and a lemon tree, I'm gonna get a spray bottle probably either tomorrow or Saturday, because we gotta go to IKEA to get some towels for the baby and shit. And there's a one of them I always want to call it constructions, hardware stores out there. So I'm just gonna get that then. But yeah, all right, yeah. So where we at? Okay, yeah. So, because I got 2 other topics I want to touch on too, and it's 8:50. So, make sure everything's working, because good old Streamlabs, gotta love it. So, by the time Allie has now reached roughly, let's just say, Allie is now finally 26 years old, right? Now, let's just use, you know, what all women love to, you know, associate themselves with, higher education. Let's say Allie now has a 4-year degree, right? And on top of that, Allie has now had, let's just use Peter's money. I hope I spelled it right. Derek's cock. C-O-K. Sean's car. She's been driving Sean's car, or Sean bought her a car or some shit like that. Tom's family money / estates, right? You know, and the list just goes on. But let's just go ahead and just sum it up with that, right? So at this point, Allie now has had all this in some form, right? And it's the best of everything. So and think about it like this. When you look back on your life and it's like, okay, I need to do better. Okay, what have I done before? And how do I better all that? You try to think back to what all you've accumulated, and then try to set like the minimum of what you're going to go after and deal with, and then, you know, and just grow on top of that, right? This is just what we do. So this is what women are going to do. So at 26 years of age, Allie's looking back. She's either got a 40-year degree or she's fucked with a man who's at least a 4-year degree and higher, right? She's had one guy's money who was like she could think back who the best guy's money she had, the best guy's cock she had, the best guy's car that she got to drive, and the best guy's family money / houses or whatever the fuck, you know, rental properties, whatever the fuck. She's had access to financial records, whatever the fuck, right? Like, you know, so she knows how much money, financial records mean, like, so she knows how much money is where and why and all that shit, right? She's had all this. So, Allie's next, see, I wish I could make this like a different size. Allie now, when she's going out to look for a new man, that one man now has to have all of this. Because she's actually had it. You see? She's actually had it. Yo, thanks for the donation. Yo, support the PS5. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate it. Allie has now had all this. So like what we say all the time, like what me and other men say before. See, women, once they get the best of one thing, well, they forever think that is what they are, the minimum of what they'll settle for, and they'll always go higher, right? When, you know, she thinks that she's worth higher, right? So this is the woman's version of unicorn. And this is just being nice with her age. Usually it's going to be a little older when she has to, you know, backtrack and think about it. But I'm being nice about it. I'm going to say 26, right? So, this guy exists. The guy that she's looking for, who can walk up to her and give her all this, he exists, okay? And Allie is just one woman. Allie now has to compete with all the, and I'm being nice about 26. It's gonna be a little older. I'm being nice about it. By the time she's finished college and all this shit, or even she went to college, by the time she's gone out there and rode the fucking carousel for the years to where she's accumulated at least all this and a man with this, by the time she now has to sit back and think, what has she done with her life? Usually it's going to be more around the age of like 32, 35. That's really where it's going, the reality of it. But I'm being nice about 26, right? Allie now has to compete with all the women 18 and up, right? She now has to compete with all the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. She now has to compete with all these other women to get this one man. This is why I tell you, woman's programming is literally set for self-destruction. It's literally, their programming is literally, it's set for there is no positive outcome out of this for her to be fulfilled how she thinks she's going to be fulfilled, right? It's never going to work. And even if it does, Allie is now competing with all these women. She's now competing with all these women. And every year it's another batch of women that comes out. She's competing for this one man who has all this money, degree, car, all that, all this shit. And then when now here's the other part. If she gets lucky and even finds this man, well, there's a good chance that man doesn't really want Allie. He wants what Allie is, which is a 20-year-old, a girl in her 20s. So when she ages up, well, Leonardo DiCaprio, when she ages up, she gets thrown the fuck out and he just moves on. He just moves on down, down the ladder. Like, well, kicked out to the curb, bye. And see, woman is literally programmed for self-destruction. It's her and she can't help it. Don't get mad at her. Trying to help her deprogram is like trying to teach a lion not to kill when it's hungry, right? It's in its nature. It's in its nature. Trying to teach a woman to not do what woman does is like trying to teach a lion not to kill when it's hungry. Not to even start thinking about killing some shit when that motherfucker gets too hungry. First of all, that motherfucker's mind look like some blood need to be spilled around this piece. My stomach growling, bro. Look at licking his lips. My stomach growling. Need to be some bloodshed soon. I'm getting hungry. And you trying to train a lion not to do that? Yeah. And see, that is the woman unicorn. That's the unicorn for women. But again, it hurts women a lot more, and she's willing to hold out a lot longer because, like with me and this magic mouse, because I know where this magic mouse was for $20. So that way I'm willing to hold out a lot longer. I'd rather just say fuck it because I know where this mouse is on Earth for $20. Even though they selling it for $100 here, usually. So I'm willing to hold out longer because I've physically been there and seen it. You see, it's the same thing with women holding out for the better man. See, because they can fuck their way into a bedroom. They can fuck their way through life. But here's a woman's hard part is keeping that fuck. Keeping the man interested in her. See, that's the part them dingbat bitches on World Star and all that shit. That's the part them bad bitches gonna sit in your face and try to talk gangster and thug to you like that. That's the part them bitches don't want to talk about. See, how to keep that man interested after he's tired of her fucking, after he's tired of her worthless pussy, right? So, with that being said, we can go off to another part. So this is gonna be a quick rundown of what we went over yesterday. So let's say, let's just use Allie wants Bob, and Bob has Angie wants, Roy, right? But she doesn't want Bob. She loves. I mean, not necessarily love, but you get what I'm saying. You know, and Allie loves, but she does not want, you know, Todd. Let's use a short name. She doesn't want Todd, right? So this is the other part I want to touch on too, right? So Allie, it starts with Bob. It starts with Bob, but Allie will fuck with any higher guy above this, right? Now, and this is what I want to touch on with, okay, because I remember a while back I did a video about Charlemagne. Remember that video with Charlemagne a while back where he was fucking with some woman and the woman was fucking with the basketball star but she would always ask Charlemagne for money, but she would never ask the basketball star. He didn't name he didn't say the sports star's name, but he said she was fucking with a basketball player, but she would never ask the basketball player for money, but she would ask him for money. So let me tell you how that plays out in this diagram. So let's do an example. So we only, it's still gonna be like, you know, like 3, right? Bob, Tom, Roy, and let's just say Denise, right? So when Allie goes, okay, so Charlemagne is essentially Tom in this, right? In this theory, because in this theory it's going to be more like, it's going to be more, yeah, okay. So in this theory, Bob, well, okay, yeah, wait, let me think. Yeah. Here we go. So Charlemagne is essentially going to be Tom in this scenario, right? And the girl he was fucking with is going to be Angela, right? And the basketball player is going to be Roy, right? So Angela, like I said, Angela has absolutely no interest in Bob. That just doesn't work at all, right? Angela has a fleeting interest in Charlemagne, in reality, right? No matter what Charlemagne thinks. Okay, the reality on her end is Angela has fleeting interest. She might be his homie from time to time and all that, but she's asking him for money, right? So okay, so the reality of how this plays out is, like I said yesterday, see, the woman, by the time she moves up to Roy, she's gonna go all out to look like she's perfect for him because he's the better man, right? When she shows up to the date, she's gonna try to be, she's gonna, oh hi, I just wanted to, and she's gonna, all that, she's gonna bring all that game because she knows he's the better man and she will do anything to not run him off, right? So even when it comes to women asking for money, and remember this, every guy, there's hierarchies throughout all for different reasons. If a woman's coming to you asking you for money, that woman does not fucking respect you. She does not look highly at you. Fucking period. Okay? If she's coming to you asking you for money, that woman does not respect you at all. Anything, regard her as strictly a prostitute and like a hooker and nothing higher because she does not respect you at all if she's doing it. And I'm going to explain why. So, again, back to the theory, when Angela goes up to Roy, when she hits that date, she is not going to give Roy any reason to not like her because she's afraid of running Roy off because Roy is the upgrade for Angela, right? When she gets on the date, she's going to go through everything to keep her hair done. Her hair's going to be done. Her nails going to be done. Her makeup's going to be on point. Her shoes going to be on point. She's going to wear the best fitting pants, the best bra she got, all that. All right? She going to be showered and fresh perfumed and perfect, as perfect as she can be. Because she's afraid of running off Roy. Right? And this includes, she's not going to ask Roy for money. Because women know, if there's one thing every woman knows, it's social relations. And woman knows when she's being a hindrance. She always knows it. Always knows it no matter where she is. Woman is always keeping track of that shit. Much more deeper than you are. Much more deep. Especially if she feels like she can be proven for being wrong later. She knows exactly, you know, all those social. If she look, she remembers who she asked a dime from last month. Trust me on that. That woman, she'll act like she doesn't, but no, she does. Because when she sees him, oh, she know. All right? Never believe anything else. She knows. So the fact that Angela is asking for money from Charlemagne or Tom, what that tells me is she's not afraid to lose Charlemagne. Charlemagne is essentially her equal. Right? She's not afraid. Women, they not afraid to lose you if you equal to it. They not afraid. No, because you just equal. It's no, why? You equal. She ain't afraid to lose that because you same. You see, there's no rarity in that, you know, because it's her. She's not afraid of that. Now, also what I wanted to touch on is why exactly in this theory, Angela sees herself as equal to Tom. Right? This is the important part. Angela sees herself as equal to Tom. Okay, but by this point, let's just be real about it, all right? And this is not to cast any shade on Charlemagne. I don't know the motherfucker at all. I mean, I'm not a fan of calling yourself a god. In my opinion, if you call yourself a god, that's the immediate red flag that you're the furthest thing from one, okay? And that's just my honest opinion. But I don't have anything personally against the motherfucker, right? But let's just be real. I mean, just you know, just at least from his presence, you know, in front of cameras, okay, and, you know, okay, the women who's going to be coming around him, they not going to be real. When I say stand-up women, okay, I'm going to say in a more formal sense, right? Typically, these women are going to be women who fucked their way into the room, all right, and got over by being a fashionista or some goofy shit like that, right? They're not going to be like, you know, traditionally, formally stand up, you know, well-educated, you know, type, like well-educated type shit. By the time they're, you know, doing this, especially in this manner and fucking with the basketball player, well, it can happen, but I'm willing to bet, I'm willing to bet, you know, that's not the reality, right? So this woman, typically this will be a woman who fucked her way into the room, right? So Angela essentially has, you know, zero value, right? Right? But see, this is woman logic, is because Angela has fucked a Roy, she feels like she's the value of Roy above Tom or Charlemagne. She truly feels that she is now at Roy's level because she has sucked Roy's dick. So now, like it's the common saying, if a woman is a 5 out of 10, she fucks a 9 out of 10. The woman now thinks she's a 9 out of 10. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with okay. It's relatively the same thing with what her value is for what the man who she fucked. Whatever that man's accomplishments and values were, she now adopts it as her own. That's a big thing in the military too. Big thing. When a guy is like, he's high ranking and he fucks some random woman, that woman now walks around like she's his rank in the military type. That's a very common occurrence because that's what bitches do. They think because they fuck, now they own something, because now it's theirs now, you know. So the whole reason why Angela, because she initially has zero value. There's not a lot of value to her at all outside of fucking, you know, and leading somebody into believing they can fuck her. And then that's going to generally be it. After that, there's nothing, you know, really there. You know, let's just be real about it. Other than, like I said, fucking her way into the room, making motherfucker, you know, tricking people into thinking that she'll fuck them to get what she wants, and that after that, that's it, right? There's no real intrinsic value within her, right? But what hypes her head up is because she sucked Roy's dick. Now she thinks that she's on Roy's level, which is above Tom. So now Tom is now lesser than her. So she'll entertain Tom, you know, and all that, but she doesn't feel worried about asking him for money, because here's the thing: why isn't Angela asking Roy for money, or why is it that woman that Charlemagne was with? Why wasn't she asking the basketball player for money? Because she's afraid that she's going, because she knows that's fuck. No, step one, fuck all that, y'all friends and all that shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all that, because that don't mean shit in this context. Okay, the reason why that woman would not ask that basketball player, but willing to ask you, is because she's not afraid to lose you. Because she knows that she's wrong for that. She not say she's wrong. She knows she's a burden for that. She knows that is a burden. And if somebody becomes a burden, it's a matter of time before she gets kicked to the curb. So in this context, who would she rather hold on to the longest that she can without being a burden to? She's gonna hold on to that basketball player and keep sucking his dick and hoping that he gives her something. Versus walking up in there and asking. See, with Charlemagne, she walked, hey, I need some money. I need some money, motherfucker. Come on, hey, you got some money? I need some money. She ain't walking up to Roy doing that because she's scared she's going to run Roy off, at least in these phases. She's scared she's going to run off a man with options. Dark Rebel says, good point. Many officer wives in military act like the hottest thing around. Yeah. Thanks, Dark Rebel, for tuning into it. Yeah, C-Boy. What's up, C-Boy? Chris. What's up, Chris, man? Yeah, that's a very common thing. Yeah, because that's what when women think, just because it's that thing, because they fucked something. They whatever the value is in what they fuck, they now think it's in some kind of way. They think it's like this. It's this weird occurrence where they it's like she thinks because she fucked this guy that some kind of way she like in the Matrix, she like downloaded all his knowledge into her brain, and now she's everybody was sitting in the chair awesome. And now she has that shit like she's equal to that now because she fucked it. And it's a fucking, this is why women don't get respect. And it's with everything. It's with education. Let's say when a bitch does go off and get a master. Oh my God, dude. When you see, I remember there was one girl. I was friends with her in college. We started at community college. we went together. And I remember her. And we started at 2-year college, dude. And she went off. She left before I did. And she went off to Wright State. And you know, at Wright State, you get your bachelor's and master's out there. And I remember, because so after I finished, okay, I remember bumping into her. And yet again, education. The more success a woman gets, the worse it ends out. The worse her attitude becomes, because now she has to live up to this, like, yes, I am this now. Because I knew her, and she was nothing like that. Like they end up in this severe identity crisis once they get well educated. Like they have been this. It's just a lot of times they end up in this severe like crash of, well, I need to live up because a higher man would see me and see that I'm educated, and like they fall into that type of shit, right? It's really fucking awkward. It's really awkward, right? It really is. So where I leave off at? Yeah. So I touched on it. So Charlemagne, yeah. That situation, and I hope I did a good job explaining it with this, man. I like to use Allie now, but yeah, Angela, Tom, and Roy, and Den, and the thing, see, with the basketball players, see, every man has his limit, right, with this shit, right? Because with the basketball players, look, for any millionaire you know, there was somebody who was born into that shit. No matter what you got, dude, there was somebody on the planet who would look at it and be like, well, that ain't nothing. Yeah, no matter what you got, no matter what you amass, no matter what you inherit, there's always gonna be somebody else who will look at that and be like, and be above that shit, dude. There's always, it's never gonna stop for the majority population. It's never gonna stop, dude. But I know it can be hard to see that side of it, but it's never gonna stop. And this theory still, this whole theory applies everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now again, okay, so let's break it down back to Tom and Angela, right? Now there are scenarios where Angela will find, you know, some type of interest in Tom, and it'll be the same thing like high school. It's the same. The only difference is Angela may not get into the social circles of Roy. She may not know where to go. So this is it's a much bigger question mark now, Because see, in high school, all y'all going to the same school, living in the same district, playing outside on the same streets. So Angela has an easier time. She has an easier time finding. She has an easier time, finding it. But once we end up out here in the real world, when we become adults, Angela may not be allowed in these places. She may not be able to afford these places to get in. She just may not know where they exist. So it just becomes harder for her to do it. You see what I'm saying? But the whole time Tom is thinking, oh my God, like, I think I found the one. I have found the one, and all this shit like that. And then if Angela does fuck around and finally get bored of Tom, because Tom is equal. Tom's like, oh my God, it came out of nowhere. It's the same story every time, dude. Same story. It came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. What happened? Everything was just fine 20 minutes ago when it all just changed. Like, that's how that, a lot of times that is usually how it happens. To Angela, you were the equal for whatever reason. You or for many different reasons. The first generality I made was just strictly money. But it also comes down to if Angela fucked Roy, she now thinks she's on Roy's level. So whoever she fucks that's underneath Roy is now lesser. So it even goes for Allie, right? The same thing applies for Allie. She's if she's looking and can find Roy, oh well, then this shit is definitely just a big, because now she thinks that she is now on Roy's level. You see, because she fucked him. No other reason, but because she fucked him. So now, like, it's the same story. When a woman who's a 3 out of 10 fucks an 8 out of 10, she now thinks she's an 8 out of 10, and she has the attitude of being an 8 out of 10 now in the world. It's what bitches do. They can't help it. Don't be mad at them. You see, I'm not just saying all this to try to lean you into being mad about it or anything like that. This is just how they work. It works for any woman. Now, now I forgot what I named this. Let's just rename him Bob, right? Now, again, Bob is nothing to Angela, Denise, and higher. Bob is nothing. Nothing. I say nothing to if she's bored. If she's bored. Nothing. He's nothing. If she's bored, she might need an emotional, an emotional support for whatever reason. She's bored. She just needs some random validation. And it's not always with money. It can be with in other characteristics too. Money's just the easiest thing to look at and analyze with it, that we can all immediately look at and just be like, yeah, boom, I get it type shit. But yeah, Bob is nothing to Angela, Denise, and higher. Higher. Let's just do this. Nothing, right? He's nothing. He just simply doesn't exist. You see, whereas Roy is something all the way down. You see, the Roy is something to all these bitches, but he's nothing to Denise. This is horrible notes, but yeah, this is getting real messy now. But Roy is nothing, and here's the thing, dude. The ladder, it keeps going. If the motherfucker's making $1 million, well, the next stop is $2 million, and that next man is the shit to all the women beneath him. But the women that's equal to him and higher, he's nothing to them. Ugh, you mean you gotta eat $80 croissants? Ugh, I can't even imagine. And they going up higher than that, right? And to the $2 million bitches, they looking up to the $3.5 million guy, right? And a $3.5 million guy, he can fuck with all the bitches beneath them, but the bitch on his level and higher, they looking at him in disgust. And they looking higher, and it never fucking stops, dude. The only thing that stops any of it is that women's initial value in all this plummets after 30. That's when that reality check starts coming in. They got to start rethinking shit. A lot of women just stay single for the next 10 years because they're just so mad and frustrated at the reality of it. that they just can't bear to even think to date lesser than her prime. She couldn't even bear the thought. So that's what my ex-wife's mom did. Is I would tell my ex-wife this story, and she goes, "Yeah, my mom." She told me her mom did the same thing. Her mom went single for like 15 years because she just couldn't. She couldn't handle it. She just couldn't handle it. What's up, Rana? Yeah. One more thing we get on. I'm gonna get off here because it's 9:20. Oh, here it is. New sketch. Okay, so to further go on here, let's say, when I say CEO, I don't mean like, anybody can call themselves a CEO, but let's just use CEO because, again, it's just the ease of just looking at it and associating value to it, right? So let's say, okay, so a CEO man and a CEO woman, right? So let's say they all have. Well, thanks for the donation. I'm gonna read it off in a minute. Let's say both of them are, well educated. Let me think of a coherent way to write this. Let's say both are well educated, right? Let's say the man and woman, and let's say, like, when I say CEO, I'm not talking like just let's say a legitimately successful CEO, not like CEO of fucking my homemade toenail clippers or some shit like that. Let's say like in a parallel universe like Microsoft or Apple or some shit like that, right? And like in Earth fucking 519 it was a man, and Earth 623 it was a woman, but everything else is essentially like the same dynamics and all that shit, right? Between man and woman in society, right? Now, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only I'm not the only one who said this. So, and it's I think this did come from somebody else's shit though. So I'm not gonna take any credit for this. I can't remember if I came up with it or if I heard it from somebody. But so with a man CEO and a woman CEO, right? Let's say both of these are single and they're looking for a spouse, right? And let's say there is an attractive secretary. So there's an attractive, let's do this. I always spell secretary wrong. and the same, there's a young, attractive, male secretary, right? And again, the man, the CEO, and the woman CEO, they're both well educated. They're both, they're disciplined. They've got wisdom in society. They've worked hard to get where they at. They've worked hard to get where they at and all that, right? And let's say, and both of their off. Let's say in the two separate universes, right? They both have like they're in a skyscraper in fucking in Manhattan, in the middle of Manhattan, and every day they gotta walk in there and ride the elevator all the way up to their office and and work and shit. But when they walk in, both of them walk in. Let's say the man, he walks in this building. There's a young female secretary sitting right there, and there's a woman CEO. And she walks in. And there's an attractive young man secretary sitting right there. Right. The man. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, let's continue with the dynamics of the secretary. Let's say the secretary is pleasing, caring, loving, and wants to be in their life and all that shit like that and all that. Right. To be like to try to get with them to be a spouse and all that. The male secretary, that it works in his scenario, right? Because for the man CEO, the man can go down to that female secretary driving a fucking Volkswagen Beetle in a fucking studio apartment at home. That doesn't bother the male CEO. The male CEO, he'll take her and move her in, there and pump her full of babies, and then that's just it, and just take care of her type shit, right? Whereas the woman CEO, no, it don't. She sees that young guy who's relatively uneducated or lesser educated than her, but he's cute and he's got a good attitude and he's trying to love her and care for all that. That woman will not respect him at all, at all. At all. That woman will not respect. There is no respect because this male is lesser. Is lesser. Now the woman's lesser than the man too. But man can go with that. Woman, no. Woman. So at this point, woman CEO. Let's says has PhD, earns, let's say let's just say 1.7. Let's just say it's a good business, right? Let's say, dries, let's just use, I don't know, let's just say Lamborghini, right? And the list goes on. This is why woman is doomed the more success she gets. After the woman has now had all this, she can now only respect all the men who have at least this or higher. All of this. This is why a woman is essentially doomed. On her own, woman is not. The more success a woman gets, the worse she ends up. Because now she can only deal, like in this, especially in this theory, as if she's a CEO, if she's in that world of money and all that, she can only deal with a man who is at least these things to truly respect them, to truly have respect for him, Like I said, she might get bored and go fuck with a dude equal to her, a little less than her, just because she's bored and literally ain't got nothing else better to do. She'll do that, but she's never going. Okay, that woman CEO, she's not going to show up on a date trying to be perfect and all that shit for a man who just got a bachelor's and got a regular accounting job. She ain't trying. No, she gonna turn to the man in that relationship. She gonna be talking loud over it. Look, that man better not raise his voice at her. She gonna be like, "Be quiet, young man. Watch. I bet you." That woman, she gonna listen to that man, Randall, who works in accounting at fucking Oracle or some shit like that. It's not even a bad job, right? But let them two get in a relationship and he fuck around and get mad and raise his voice. She gonna look at him like, "You better lower your tone, motherfucker." Like, "I'm the man in this piece." Ever Denzel Washington Training Day? "I'm the man in this piece." She gonna turn Alonzo real quick on your ass at Training Day. He'll say she might be bored, but let that shit get pushed, dude. She gonna turn into Alonzo real quick on Training Day at the end of that shit. "I'm the man up in this piece. Shoot program." Y'all remember that? King Kong ain't got shit on me. She gonna pull all that shit. Watch. She fuck around and get with that man that's less than her, and he fuck around and raise his voice at her or some shit. Or try to get too. It ain't gonna work. AD, are you using this classroom style presentation for an actual university classroom? No. No, I just literally winged this, literally probably an hour before I did a live stream yesterday. And I wasn't even going to live stream yesterday because I was fucking tired. But I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I had to go too. Because my days are busy. I'm going to get off here in a minute now because my days are fucking, packed right now. I just got way too much shit going on, man. Way too much shit going on. But the thing is, I still love it though, because it's my life and it's my, it's my life, and I'm lucky enough to have, the option to choose what I want to do, you know. So in the end, like I'm busy, but in the end, I'm choosing it, you know. So I'm happy about it. But I have a lot of shit to do, man. A lot of shit. Um, but again, it is rigged up to where it's my life. And this could be another side topic about, you know, being like working independently or working a job. Like both lives have their good and bad sides. Like, you know, because like the good and bad. Okay, so like the good side with my life is like it is my choice to do, you know, to do it. You know, even though I do get like really busy a lot of times, but it is my choice, my choice in the end. And in the end, it's still always, you know, like my personal project. So I can always like choose to navigate it how I want to. Whereas like if I was working a job, you know, I'd always have to kind of like, you know, listen to them type of shit and do what, you know, do what they wanted, which that can work or it cannot work for everybody's different. I'm not saying it's gonna work for everybody and everybody would be happy in one world or another. But like for me, like I'm you know, I am busy as fuck. But again, it's I'm more like I tell everybody this, man. I'm more happy. I would be more happy living poor, but doing what I wanted to do instead of making, you know, making a lot more money, which I really could make a lot more money and just go get a job. You know, I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could go out there and just get a good job. But like I just like if you give me the choice, I'd rather live poor and do what I want to do and have my own, you know, my own baby, you know, like my own project, my own shit that I'm doing, and know it's mine, and work on my schedule, my attitude, my program type of shit, you know, that type of shit. And like I said, in reality, it can work or not work for every. I'm not saying it's like, you know, the golden way or the golden rule that everybody should aspire to type of thing, but yeah, it works for me, man. I'm happy with it. But no, I'm not doing this for I'm not teaching any university courses right now. What about that man? What about what's the nuclear bomb says? What about if that man lived with her and has a kid by her? Oh, with the lesser dude, and dude, it is a matter of time. That woman is just every time. Okay, that happens a lot. Let's say like in one case, like a woman, she'll just get older and she just wants a kid before she gets too old, and she'll go out and find just any rando guy to just pump and dump her, and that woman is totally happy kicking it. Let me tell you something. When it comes to having a child with a woman, that woman does not really. That woman just wants somebody to pay for that little motherfucker. All right, that's all she cares about. She just don't want to have to be like alone in it and have to think about it. She wants all that woman cares about, because she knows the kid's gonna be hers because it's coming out of her. So she don't care who's paying for it after that. She just wants somebody to pay for it. All right, period. AD, will you still be able to give call consultation? Yeah. I can still do that. Nuclear bomb, yeah. I can still, yeah. I am doing that. I'm doing that. That's where, you know, that's where a lot of times coming up too. Is in doing consultations and working in my life, trying to get more certification. Well, actually, I'm still in the middle of that, trying to get another certification for counseling. And I'm getting ready to start Czech school, start school to learn Czech. I finally got the military to agree to pay for that, which took fucking 5 years to do. But it was going to have to happen, and that would, don't even get me started on that. I was sitting here with my girl. I was sitting here with because with that whole situation I had with the VA, I showed my girl emails from 2016 with this new VA counselor saying that, oh, well, Mr. Radford, your plan expires in 2017 or 18. And we're looking at it here now in the year 2022 with this woman saying that, oh, yeah, your plan expires in 2018. And it's 2022 and I'm still in there. This bitch don't know what the fuck she's talking about, right? and we're reading through the emails where I'm telling her exactly, you know, the situation. And like, you're going to have to pay for language school because, you know, because you can't just leave me over here like this. You got to pay for this shit so I can, you know, so I can do this from their perspective, so I can do something, right? And she's like, and she kept blowing on the rug, oh yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. And now she finally said, okay, well now I'm looking into language schools. I got to get you into language school. Like, bitch, I told you this shit in 2016. I got the emails to prove it. It was just a fucking retarded, man. They said, oh, get me started on that shit, man. Girl just told me she don't cook. Yeah. Yo, I don't like I will ghost a woman for that. I remember I had this real good looking girl one time, right? And she was Ukrainian. Real good looking girl, man. And I remember she texted me and wrote me that just please don't ask me to cook for you. Like I cook for my family, but I just don't like to cook for men. And I just never wrote her back. I think I just deleted her. Just I can't remember. Can you block me? I can't remember if I blocked her in my iPhone or not. But yeah, I just never wrote her back after. Her name was Cassinia or something like that. Cause something, Senior or some shit like that. You know. Let me tell you what, man. Them office girls are the most wildest girls. If you get them to respect you, for whatever reason, like okay, so in that scenario, like see, it's different when you get out the U.S., man. With them office bitches that work in like in other countries, like them be the wildest. Those girls are the wildest bitches, because here's the thing, man. This is what everybody doesn't. It seems like a lot of people don't understand is that everybody likes the look of that office world for some reason. It's climate controlled. It looks like, you probably got your shit together because you got that job and it's climate controlled. You dress relatively nice for a lot of office jobs, but everybody hates that shit for real, man. Because you got to play this whole role and part and shit. Hey, everybody's walking around hating it. Man, them girls are when you come over, them girls are the wildest girls. So if y'all in America and somebody over there is working an office job, you come over here and you deal with you get in that world over here, dude, you gonna be fucking all them bitches. Cause they hate that life, dude. They hate that. Like everybody hates it. But it's that confinement, and women hate that confinement, in society with, in this context, they hate that shit, dude. Them bitches are the wildest bitches, the wildest ones. They looking for anybody to be able to just let loose on to get out that shit. Because they got to put that act on when they go to work, and, they got to put that act on in the workplace. So when they get out, man, them bitches are the wild, if they respect you, for whatever reason, you'll see them bitches. Now, if they don't respect you, then they'll still uphold that act to you. If they don't respect you, they'll still keep up that act. But if you get the respect out of them bitches are the wildest cunts on the fucking planet, dude. them bitches will give brothel workers a run for their money. All right, and don't believe anything less than that. Them bitches will do anything. Those bitches are the most, because it's even worse for them. Because it's damn near like being a church girl for them. Because they they're it's inferred to be what they want you to be and all this shit like that, and you can't be what you want. You can't do what you want to do. It's pretty much the same reality as that. They're being restricted. So when they fuck around and get free. And on top of that, the world's easier for a woman who wants to be free than a man who wants to be free. Especially when you talk about sexual shit, it's much easier for a woman to find that than a man. Because see, a man's easy for you to just be a creep. Where a woman can just literally just go walking down the street butt naked, and as long as she's attractive, nobody's gonna tell on her. All right. You could walk a bitch butt naked down the fucking street, and very few people gonna actually, if anybody's gonna tell, it's gonna be fucked up looking women. That's it, or jealous women. Ain't no man gonna tell on her, right? But if a man go walking down the street butt naked, he's immediately insane and crazy. I don't care how good he look. You know what I'm saying? At some point, he must be a rapist. You know what I'm saying? It's that shit. Oh yeah, what time is it? It's 9:38, man. It's 9:38, yeah. So I'm gonna read through these little more. I might get to that video tonight, man. I'm gonna just skim through some of these comments, make sure I ain't miss. Do you think you have time to do it? Oh, thanks for the donation again, RBT. Do you have time to do a bit shoot video this weekend? I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. Tomorrow's Friday. I might have time Saturday. Because we gotta do a bunch, because my lemon tree's dying, and we gotta go out and we gotta drive out to this fucking store to figure that shit out. But then we gotta go to IKEA to get a bunch of shit out there. And then I gotta rearrange all these plants, because that plant we gotta figure out a bunch of shit what to do with these plants. Fix the refrigerator. Do my other side shit. I still gotta work on a video for the travel channels. I never got time to get back and edit. And on top of that, man, you just get to a point where you just be tired, right? You get to a point where you just be tired and you just don't want to do anything. So like that always kicks in, and then you just need a break to just go, play a game in peace, or just go jogging or something like that. So like it's not like like it's just you're dealing with my girl, and she's dealing with this shit, just dealing with talking to the offices because the way the pregnancy thing works over here, yeah, yeah. So maybe Saturday, I don't know, because like I said, it gets to a point where you just get tired too. You just tired, Mr. Modi says, "Tell the truth. Telling the truth is why all that crazy stuff happens at office parties when they start drinking and can let loose." Man, those women are the wildest women, dude. Those are the wildest women. It's some teachers and all, the women who are teachers and office workers are the wildest women, easily. In working in offices where they gotta like fake and pretend and all that shit. What I found usually, like the lower end, like bar workers and clubs and shit like that, when they all gonna be getting around fucking some everything, but it seems like the more free they are to be themselves, kind of thing, the lesser that they kind of have that revenge at the world to kind of to express themselves. So they don't, they're not doing it to the same like intensity, but they're still getting out there. If they want to, they're still getting out there. But for mine, because I used to be afraid of office worker bitches. I used to be afraid of them. I remember the first one. It was a teacher. The first one I had was actually my cousin referred she because like I tell you guys, see, women, by the time they get single and they could just cold approach an online dating, that is the rock bottom of woman in online dating, which is nothing wrong with it. It's side pussy. I get that. It's extra side pussy, online dating. But by the time she's in online dating, dude, that woman has exhausted her friends, her family, the friends of her family, her friends, all her female friends, all her colleagues, the guy at the gas station, all the people she can be on her own. By the time she has to go in online dating by itself, she has exhausted all these options, right? So I remember the first teacher I had was I didn't even this is before I went to college, because I remember I was working at Krispy Kreme. I was driving. I used to be one of those Krispy Kreme truck drivers. It really wasn't a bad job if you got a good route. It was because I had bitches on that route. Let me tell y'all that story, right? Let me see if I can make sure the audio works so I can just put it on me. Because I remember last time I had that like three-way truck fucking echo shit. It really wasn't a bad job if you got a good route. It's probably this. Let me see if it'll fit. So I gotta wait 20 seconds to make sure the audio, because I think I caught the problem. Yeah, it was that. I don't even know where that came from. I found the setting. Okay, so the story. Now it's hard for me to talk and hear myself talking at the same fucking time. Hang on. One more time. Okay, yeah. So when I was a Krispy Kreme truck driver, I remember I loved that job because I had the easiest route. I got lucky. I got the easiest route, and I had the route. Well, okay, I don't know the other routes, but I had bitches on my route, right? But I remember I had this one girl. I don't even remember her name. It was a white girl. But here's the thing. I remember I had two spots, and I can't remember the other spot right now. But I had two spots where I had bitches on that route, right? So because my route only took like 6 hours to complete for real. But I used to be gone for like 10 or 12 hours, and I'd be hanging out with the bitches, be drinking all the free beer and chilling in the back room and fucking them and shit. And so I didn't get back until like late at night all the time because my route wasn't that long. I used to just stay out and say, yeah, I be getting lost, man. Because this is before the days of Google Maps. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I be getting lost. I don't know where I be at. I be getting lost. I lost the order. It fell off the truck. I had to pick up the donuts and all this shit, right? So I remember it was a UDF. I had this one bitch at UDF. Okay, no. So here's how that worked. At the UDF, I actually had a crush. On this other girl, right? I thought she was just like the most beautiful girl. But we would all talk and shit like that. I wasn't like shy or anything. We'd all like hang out and talk. But I was like crazy about her, right? And I might have told y'all this story before. But I remember one time I came through, you pick up the donuts and roll them in there and shit, get the other ones out, put the other one. You get all the free donuts you want. You can eat all of them you want to the point you just get sick of them. So I remember one time I went there, and it always seems to work like this. One time I went there and one of the guys, he was a cool dude. I can't remember his name. He was a real cool dude. We all used to hang out in there, just go to the back, hang out just hang out. We was cool. And he came out one time. He said, "Hey, well, what you call it likes you? I don't know, let's just say Sarah. Sarah, she really likes you." I'm like, "Sarah, dude." Every time I came back, I don't ever remember no girl named Sarah. I don't remember seeing no girl named Sarah. He goes, "Yeah. Well, because every time she comes, she runs away and hides, right?" I'm like, "What?" Cause I be in here for hours and I ain't never seen this bitch head outside. This bitch liked me so much she would run outside to hide from me, right? So, so I remember he said, "Yeah, come here, look," cause she don't know you here yet. And she, yeah, look, she right there. So I peeked around the corner, and you know how you got the door with the little with the little window. I seen her, and she was looking down. I was like, "Oh, she ain't that bad looking. Like she's afraid of me." This is a white girl. She's a cute white girl. She's a good-looking white girl, right? And she was a good-looking white girl in the UDF outfit, right? In the United Dairy Farmers outfit. So he goes, "All right, man, well, wait a minute. I'll bring her out. Just give me a second. I'll bring it." And so I'm thinking he's lying. I'm thinking this motherfucker's joking. Because this girl is not a bad-looking girl. To the point where she shouldn't be scared of me to come see me type shit, right? So I remember... It took him a while to get her out. So I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a joke. This motherfucker's trying to run some shit. She comes out, red and, shaking with her hands in her sleeves. And she, turns over, sees me, and just starts, that kind of, shy, giggly laughing. And she's, red. And I'm like, oh, shit, no. He was this motherfucker was telling the truth. CHRUF. This motherfucker's telling the truth. So I say, hey, hey, my name's Wendell. What's your name? And then she just stares at my hand and goes, and she's literally shaking, dude. I can't remember her name. Let's say, my name's Sarah. Wouldn't look me in the eye or anything. This poor girl was terrified, right? This poor girl was literally terrified, right? And I came in. We talked for a little while, and I remember what was the next. We ended up exchanging phone numbers, and after that, when I would come by the store, it would end up being me and her, and we would just make out. She'd give me a blowjob, something like that. So if you none of y'all, because I never worked in the UDF, but I was back there with them. So you know how they could stock the shelves from the back? We would just sit back in the back, behind the shelves, where people would just come in and get something to drink and close the door. She'd be back there sucking my dick while I'm drinking fucking Smirnoffs. I'm drinking and driving on the fucking job while she's sucking my dick, or we kissing, or we hugging, or I'm just playing with her tits or something like that, doing all this shit at her job, right? So it got to the point. Now, keep in mind, I had never seen her outside of UDF. So I remember. When one time, some kind of way, we end up communicating, and we went to Dave and Buster's, right? So I went to pick her up to go take her to Dave and Buster's. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. When I seen her, in regular clothes, that bitch was a fucking 10 out of 10, dude. 10 out of 10. A dime piece, right? And her flat was empty. There was nothing in it. I still remember, the general area in Cincinnati where we was at. When I went to go get her. And the only other funny part was I've never seen this since then. Y'all know them machines where you move, it's called the claw. It's this little joystick type of thing, and it got this little button on the top or here, and you move the claw and it bends and it goes down and picks shit up, and it takes over, and you can't never get the shit out of it, right? Because it don't grab it hard enough. I'm not joking. This bitch literally could walk around you remember how Steve Urkel used to go all that shit? That's what she would do. She would walk around the machine and she was measuring up the dimensions and shit. It was so awkward to see her do it for anybody. It'd be awkward for anybody to see that shit. She walk around the whole machine, be checking it out. Yeah, see, X times Y equals 4X axis. Yes, dimension 3 divided by square root by 17.9. Yeah. And she would come around and go, okay, I got it. Bloop, ding, teddy bear, bunny rabbit. I'm like, yo, this bitch made it look easy. Because we had got so much shit, we had to go get trash bags from the front desk because we couldn't carry all this shit out of there, and we had 2 big black trash bags to carry this shit out and put in my car. I am not making that story up. I am not making. I've never seen anybody. Well, I don't really go to places like that. But that bitch was so bad. Like I remember when we was walking, I was walking behind her, just staring at her ass. I'm like, this bitch was scared of me. And everybody who's like in Dave and Buster's. For those of you who don't know what Dave and Buster's is, it's like this. I don't want to say adult arcade room, but it was like a big arcade. You know, it had video games and things. Video games, but it's like a big area, right? And it had pool tables, shit like that. And I remember, like, I'm like walking behind, like, I'm like, oh my God, like, how the fuck did I stumble into this shit? This bitch is a fucking 10, and she's scared of me trying to impress me. I read Krispy Kreme. You know what I'm saying? But she was cool, but she ended up being kind of crazy. She started telling me about her history. She had to go to military school because she was so bad and all that shit like that. And yeah, I'm cool. I wonder what happened to her, because that was easily over 10 years ago. That was before I worked at that other job. But yeah, I worked at Krispy Kreme, man. I was one of them delivery drivers. As long as your route wasn't, because some dudes, dude, oh my God, some dudes in there, they was driving routes that was seriously fucking like 16 hours. So, like, and not even joking. Like when you seen the trip. Like, you couldn't do it under 13 hours. But the thing was, like, it's not, I mean, because you're just doing all driving, so you can always get what you want to eat, and, your boss ain't just, like, hovering over your head type of shit. You were free. So I see why a lot of dudes would just, go ahead and just do that. Like, I always kind of wanted to be a truck driver or, like, a taxi driver or something like that. But I know me, man, once I get too far out there and I get bored, I will leave that truck somewhere. And y'all better just go somewhere, go try to find it. because I'm tired. I will get out there and get tired and leave that truck somewhere and go off and do whatever the fuck. I ain't because they had motherfuckers driving, because it was in Cincinnati. Well, it was in Monroe, Ohio. So Google Monroe, Ohio. It was in the base was at Monroe, Ohio, and the routes went off to Indiana and Kentucky. And not like on the line, like deep into Indiana and Kentucky. For some donuts, bruh. For literally $30 worth of donuts. Like, for you motherfuckers get ready to waste $70 of gas on $30 worth of donuts. For real? like, is it that serious? Y'all can't mail them motherfuckers out there or something? You gonna drive these bitches out there? Put these motherfuckers in the donuts ain't that heavy. Put these motherfuckers in a, you know what I'm saying, in a fucking box and send this shit. You'd be better off just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck you driving this shit all the way out there? Just sending these motherfuckers out there, U.S. Post. Have motherfuckers doing, and motherfuckers would drive that shit. They would do it because the pay was good. You know what I'm saying? For that, position of what, how much education you have and all that shit like that. It's probably the best pay a lot of guys would find. The pay versus being free and all that shit. Motherfuckers sending that shit in the fucking mail, dude. Don't fucking, you got me fucked up. I never had a shift. My route was literally all in Ohio. It was all in Cincinnati. I ain't go to Columbus and no. Some motherfuckers were driving. They would drive far for $20 worth of donuts. Deliver that shit and bounce. Not your boy. I ain't do that. I'm out. But I'll tell you how I end up like, I technically quit, but I'm probably written down as getting fired. So this is how the job ended, right? So after a while, like jobs like UDF and shit like that, those are high turnover jobs. So after a while, like, all your friends end up like getting fired or leaving for whatever reason. So then you just end up alone on your route, because like, all the girls, they end up getting fired or leaving and quitting, and then they fuck around and get replaced, because that's a general theory. Like, the younger groups, they usually end up getting fired because they did something stupid or something. So then the next batch is like all these old women with these cunty attitudes and shit like that. And then they may not be working at night when you deliver type of shit, like the ones who do look good, so you be just fucked up, So it was a hard, but. So, and that went on for a little while, where the whole shift was just boring as fuck. Like, it was just, like, I already knew when I went to this next stop, like, I ain't trying to talk to these motherfuckers because they be on some other shit. I'm just in and out, you knew, right? So I remember how the job ended. Because y'all know I don't be lying anyway. This is how the job ended, right? I remember I was coming out of okay. I wonder if I could find on I wonder if I could find on Google Maps. Let me see if I can find this shit because let me see. I'll show you where I was at when it happened. Oh shit! Wait, hang on. I gotta type. Where is this? It's gonna take me a while to find it. Let's see. It's gonna take me a while to find this shit. Where's I-75? Let's see. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm looking at. Hang on. Let me switch it. Here we are. All right. So where the fuck? Oh no, this is south. That's Bond Hill. This is way too south. We up probably. Where the fuck is this? Now we up a little further than that, bro. What? I was coming out of gas station, and I didn't get hit, but somebody hit me. Well, it ain't worth to go all the way into it like that. But I'll just tell you what happened. So I remember I was coming out this gas station, and I was in the Krispy Kreme truck, right? And I was looking like how to get out. And this woman came up, and see, these are scenarios why I say don't listen to women, right? This woman, let me see, make sure the audio's right. Yeah, I was in a Krispy Kreme truck, and I remember, and she had stopped, and she said, I can't remember which way I was looking. No, I think it was this way. It was this way. And the woman was like, she's like, come on. And so like I just let off the brake because I was on a hill. I had just left off the brake to make a left turn and just looked to the left, and it was this big ass semi truck coming down. And I slammed on the brake like no joke, as hard as I could, and like no fucking joke. I'm like sitting there. It feels like the truck is like right here, like to my. I'm just watching the shit go by, like, shoo, I made it, right? And all of a sudden I heard whack, right? I'm like, but I'm still sitting here. Where does that sound come from? What happened was, it was so, like, I used to have pictures of it. So what happened was, the actual contact was, here, let me see if I can find Krispy Kreme truck. Let me see if I can find. Cause I had like my truck, the front had got like, it was the weirdest thing, man. So like, let's just say this one, right? It wasn't like this, but it's close enough. The whole front panel of the whole front panel had got like ripped off, and it was like down the street. But the only damage on the other car was like, y'all know that when you driving those big cars that got that big ass bumper on it. It was like literally like it was smaller than my pinky. It was like just a little piece got ripped off, like it was like sticking off the bumper, and that ripped off the like. So what the semi truck had completely passed, and some kind of way like the back part of the bumper had just clipped the front of the car and ripped the whole front panel off. Right? It was like no real damage to their car at all. It was like no damage to their car. Like literally, like the back bumper was like a like how you skin an orange peel type of shit. It was like that. It was unbelievable. But at that point, dude, honestly, what happened was I was so tired of working there because, like I said, all my friends had left. I ain't really, all my friends had left. All the cool people wasn't there anymore on the route. I just didn't go back. I just never. So they probably wrote it down as I got fired, but like in my mind, I just never went back. I didn't call them, didn't talk to them. I ain't had no insurance issues. None. They ain't never called me about ask me about the accident, nothing like that. I just left. Right? I just bounced. But yeah. Well, again, that's what. Just don't listen to women, dude. I listened to that woman. She said go. I trusted her, and got in an accident. And but at that point, I was tired of the job anyway. I was tired of it. Let me see if I could find where that was. It was almost I-75. Wait. I think it should be right about. Yo, that ain't it either. What the fuck? Oh, so okay, I remember. Okay, so this is another side story. Y'all remember? That's crazy. This came up. Y'all, y'all remember that girl? Okay, y'all remember that girl I told you about who I took her from her boyfriend, and then we ended up finding out that I actually fucked her boyfriend's mom, like years before I ever met them. This is where we first had sex. We first had sex at this truck stop. Cause I pulled over and parked like down here, and I just got in the back seat and I said, "Come on," cause she had drove with me to down to Cincinnati, just to go hang out one time, and I fucked her in the back in my back seat of the car. That's crazy. That came up. I think this is too. No. This is the right way, but how the fuck do you? Oh, shit. Is this north or south? I have no idea how to work this shit, man. Okay. Yeah, it was over here. This is where it was. Yeah, this is it right here. This is where... Motherfucker, it's not gonna... Yo, for real? You ain't gonna come off the thing? Yeah, wait, Hustler. No, that ain't it, because Hustler's is over there. Hustler's that's that porno store. That's not it. I can't remember where the fuck it was, man. But it was that's where the accident happened. 80 knowing your luck, they probably still got you on payroll and wonder why you haven't cashed in your checks. With my luck, it probably would happen. It probably would happen. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here, man, because it's 10. I really didn't mean to be on here this late. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. I catch you on the flippy flip, man. And I'll try to get some BitChute videos and some other requests and shit like that soon. But thanks for tuning in, all donations, all likes, all views, and all that shit. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good day, evening, night, wherever you at. And I catch you on the flip. Thanks for tuning in again, man. It still blows my mind that anybody even, clicks on anything with me in it. But yeah, thanks a lot, man. Hey, y'all have a good evening, day, morning.